Hey guys, TTL or Test the Limit here, and today it has been long requested and long overdue by like 2 weeks. Today I'm going over the Season 11 Kayn guide. Now this is going to be an in-depth guide going over his runes, how to choose which form you're going to go into, his build, his clear, his champion identity, and more. So be sure to watch the entire video to get a full understanding on Kayn, and let's get straight into it. The first thing about Kayn is choosing which path and which form that you're wanting to go into. You have two options, either blue Kayn or red Kayn. Red Kayn is going to be the tankier bruiser version that a lot of people have been going in the recent patches, and blue Kayn is going to be the assassin Kayn. I personally actually prefer the assassin Kayn because the playstyle is very similar to that Kha'Zix playstyle, where you're just trying to one-shot the squishies, and it just feels amazing when you actually pull it off. I do believe that blue Kayn is a little bit more rewarding for that playstyle, but I do think that both are in pretty decent spots right now where you can play either one depending on what your team comp needs. And that is the first step to finding out which form you're going to go. First, you need to look at your team and look at the enemy team. If the enemy team has a lot of squishies, obviously you're going to go assassin so that you can assassinate the enemy team. But if they have 2 or 3 tanks, you may want to go that bruiser build and go red Kayn, just so you have that survivability and you can just stay in the fight for longer. You're taking Conqueror and you're just able to do what you need to do. But mainly, the thing that comes to mind is what is on your team. If your team has a lot of tanks, you might want to go Assassin Kayn. Or if your team is full of just damage and you need a tank, you may have one other tank or something like that, but no just really hard bruiser, you may want to go Rost and go red Kayn, because that allows you to fill a spot on your team that isn't filled by anyone else. And that is the most important thing for choosing which path you want to go. Because no matter your playstyle, if your team is just full damage, odds are you're going to lose the game. Or if your team has no damage and everyone is going like full tank bruiser, it's going to be really hard to win that game. You need a decent balance. So find out what your team needs and fill that spot. For your rune page, there are 2 main rune pages that you would want to go. One for red Kayn and one for blue Kayn, depending on which form you chose to go in that game. For red Kayn, you're going to go the precision tree. And because you are going a tanky bruiser playstyle in red Kayn, you're going to go Conqueror, Triumph, Legend Tenacity, Last Stand, and then Inspiration secondary with Magical Footwear and Cosmic Insight. For your bottom 3, you're going to go Adaptive Force, and then either magic resist or armor depending on what the other team has. So the reason you do this is because Conqueror is very good for bruisers, and the really only question that a lot of people have is the inspiration tree. And the reason you do this is because you go Gore Drinker. So having that Cosmic Insight for your Gore Drinker is just a really nice buff, and you can actually feel a really big difference when you're in the game. Magical Footwear, it's just really nice to get free boots, and you do try and have a lot of KP on Kayn as you try and turn into your form and you try ganking lanes. It's going to help you get your boots even earlier. For blue Kayn, we're going to go Domination. And with blue Kayn, you go Dark Harvest, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Relentless Hunter, with the secondary, again, of Magical Footwear and Cosmic Insight. For the bottom 3, yet again, you're going to go 2 Adaptive Force, and then either Armor or Magic Resist, depending on what you need, because of what the other team is going. The reason for this is also pretty self-explanatory. This is the main page that I go on Kayn, simply because I go Prowlers. So Dark Harvest, obviously you take that because you're going to be going an assassin build and you're going to be going to one-shot the enemy. But the secondary inspiration can be changed. I go this because I go Prowlers. So Cosmic Insight allows that Prowler's cooldown to be even lower, and magical footwear, the same reason I said last time, more KP, you get your boots earlier. The other option for the secondary is sorcery with Transcendence and Gathering Storm, so that the later the game goes, the better you get. For your items, there are yet again 2 really big choices that you're going to have to make, whether you're blue or red Kayn. So starting out on red Kayn, you're going to go Gore Drinker. That's very key for that red Kayn. It helps you be the bruiser that you're trying to be, and it just helps you with your healing, your tankiness, and your survivability. And then with blue Kayn, trying to go Assassin, you need to either go Prowlers or Duskblade. I personally prefer Prowlers just because the stats are better for the same price, but a lot of people do like the invisibility on Duskblade for a good reason. So if you prefer going Duskblade, feel free to do that. Pretty much every single game, your boot choice is going to be Ionians, just because they are the best boot right now. They just allow you to spam everything. And they also give you the Summoner Spell Haste as well. So for blue Kayn, when you're trying to go that Assassin build, your core build is going to be a Serpent's Fang after your first mythic item into a, what I prefer doing is going into a tier, finishing Serelda's and then finishing Manamune. But if you prefer just finishing the Manamune, that is fine as well. Your power spike is just going to be later on in the game. But as long as you have those 4 items of either Duskblade or Prowlers, Serpents, Manamune, and Serelda's, you're going to have a huge power spike and you can pretty much one-shot anyone, even the tanks. For red Kayn, after your Gore Drinker and your boots, you're going to look for a Sterix or a Black Cleaver, and then whichever one you didn't go first, you're going to get after that. So the build would be Gore Drinker, Sterix, Black Cleaver, and then Ionians. And after that, you can pretty much just pick up a GA, an Edge of Night, or anything like that that you just think that you need. Same with the blue Kayn. After that core build, you can feel free to pick up an Umbral Glaive, Edge of Night, Guardian Angel, anything that you feel you need at the end of the game to just push you over that edge. Now is the jungle clear. The jungle clear with Kayn is pretty simple. The main thing you want to do is make sure to use your Q into a wall to cancel the animation. You're going to start with blue, and you're going to start with an auto attack into your Q. Kite the blue over towards Gromp. Smite Gromp to lure him over. And once you get blue low enough, you can start focusing on the Gromp. I did mess up a little bit there, but that's okay. And then use your E, level 2, to go over these walls and get a nice little Q on the wolves. And you have a lot of opportunity and time here because you have to wait for your E to get up, so that's okay. Then I actually go for W. You go E over this wall, auto Q auto. Auto Q, I'm sorry. Auto twice. Go over. Q. I'm just going to finish them there because I didn't hit that one little raptor. And the main thing to focus when you're on red buff is making sure you do not go over this wall and go back into the pit. And once you're done with red buff, you're going to E over this Krug wall and start attacking the big Krug. And then just focus the medium Krugs. W to finish, and then you can E over these walls to get to the Scuttle Crab. You can usually finish your clear at about 311 or 312. And that's the jungle clear for Kayn. Hey guys, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I just wanted to give you a really big thank you for watching this all the way through. I just wanted to point out that 98.7% of you are not subscribed. So make sure to ding that bell and hit that subscribe button to get notifications when I upload. And if you don't know, coaching is available on the Patreon, and the link is in the description and should be in the comments somewhere as well. Patreon.com/testthelimit. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you next time.